Welcome, my beautiful Capricorns. Today we are going to do a new love reading. This is going to be, first of all, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided to readings now, and I thank you so much for paying attention to your intuition. I feel like um, sometimes you may not think that you have a certain sign in your chart, and honestly, I don't even think it matters because we're really reading from my spirit guides to your spirit guides to you. So many times a reading is your sign. And if you feel guided, what I mean by that is like you may be like, well, I don't think I should watch that. I'm not even a Capricorn. But then something pulls you back. That's your spirit guides. They'll use whatever means necessary to get a sign to you. And again, my guides know that we're doing new love. So I thank you for paying attention to your intuition. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Again, those intuitively guided. Some of you could certainly be here, you know, checking up on a Capricorn, even though, again, we are really looking for new love. But it doesn't mean it can't be past life love also. I am looking for soulmates. I am looking for someone that hopefully you're able to spend the rest of your life with. Um, Not just any old person, your true love, a real soulmate. So that's what I'm shooting for. And I do apologize, I'm late with your reading. As you know, or maybe you don't know, the full moon, the strawberry moon, which I just love, it was beautiful, is in your sign. So I feel like it's calling for you to be very gentle on yourself this month. Like don't be tough on yourself. Because I feel like this full moon is about for you really healing that spiritual being. And if it's coming through love, then that's what we're looking for. Again, a high vibrational love. Now, love comes usually in unexpected ways. And, can we what's the word I want to use? Like, what can I do to help, and I mean you, to help bring in a high vibrational love? And again, I'm looking for soulmates or twin flames. I feel like one of the ways you can do that is think about where your own vibration is at. Because truly, if you think about the law of attraction, it is your vibration that brings back, that's what comes back to you, the law of attraction. So just think about your own vibration. Doesn't mean you need to be perfect by any means, because none of us are perfect. It just means that you know yourself in love. You know what you don't want in love. And sometimes that's what our past experiences in love were about. It's just like, okay, now I know what I don't want. And that's a big thing. I mean, that is a big thing. So, I apologize that I'm a little late with your reading. The full moon for me, and maybe it was just Virgo, just exhausted me. Like I've been sleeping so much, and that is not like me. But now I'm snapping back out of it. So anyway, new love for my beautiful Capricorns. We're going to use three different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. But we will do this at the end over the reading. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like the messages still blow me away how they synchronize with the reading. So we'll do that at the end of the reading. We are going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify, or like I like to say, go deeper. That's one of the reasons why my readings are longer, because we do go deep. Like, I want to find you real solutions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just give you a surface reading. I want to find you real answers, and that takes time. So, we will use the Gilded Tarot, and for your main spread, we're going to use the Universal Tarot. I purposely have used the same deck for every sign because I am looking for the synchronicities. You showed up, I think, in Sagittarius's reading. Um, you showed up in a few people's readings, which only makes sense because, you're probably going to connect with one of them. But anyway, so we're going to use the Universal Tarot. And let's go ahead and get started. All right. Everything's always pre-shuffled before you come here, but I like to give it a shuffle with your energy here. Let's give them a cut. And let's just get right into it, Capricorn. I'm going to go ahead and bring the lid down a little bit. There we go. If you're ready, I'm ready. I do have my window open, so I'm hoping that if there's outside noise, it doesn't come across too much. Oh, look at this. Wow. Did I tell you that you showed up in Sagittarius's reading? You've shown up in a few people's readings, but this is Sagittarius's major arcana. But this is about divine timing. I kind of love that as the first card. You know, what it really means is the things that you really cannot control. And that may be like when love comes in, that type of thing. Divine says, let me control that. I also feel divine is, or temperance is really the one who makes sure that both the soulmate's energy is equal. If you just look at the image, that's what she's doing. She's got the two cups in her hands. And I feel like she's just, in divine timing, they come in and they are matched to you. So, divine timing. But then look at this, the Knight of Wands. That's fast moving energy. So, divine timing may be very soon. I often feel the Knight of Wands is like feeling like I'm being swept off my feet. And remember, we're just doing love. So I'm reading each card through love. This can be very passionate, can be energetic, but it is fast moving. So interesting because one of the first lessons that temperance teaches is patience, right? Patience, trust in divine timing. Well, maybe there's no need to be patient any longer because clearly someone is coming in. And I like the energy they're carrying. All right, let's keep going. Hmm, Nine of Swords. It's a lot of worry. And that's exactly what temperance's message is. Like don't allow yourself to go to this state where it's just like because this is really the meaning of this card is unnecessary worry. And I have to know that. Like I have to know that if I find myself like worrying this much, then I need to do something about that. And what I mean by that is I feel like just getting grounded, maybe putting your trust in divine, really putting your trust in divine, because again, this is about unnecessary worry. It is here. So it does want to, and it is a nine. And I feel like nines do ask for reflection, but only to a point, right? It's final reflection. It makes sense that it's here because I feel like many of us have had like, difficult love lives, but I still feel like don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. All right. So let's just put it this way, worry or not, I still feel like um someone is heading your way in that night. And remember, well, if you're new here, when I see a knight, I always feel like a knight is going to complete their mission. I feel like a knight is sent by the queen or a king. And no matter what, whether it's accepted or not accepted, I'm still going to complete my mission. So, do you get this feeling that someone's going to come in? I feel like you, potentially you're going to feel swept off your feet. It is passionate energy, and that can be a little scary. It's also fast moving energy, and that can be a little scary. But Temperance is saying, my dear, please don't worry about it. Put it in my hands. I have control over this. I'm working on it on your behalf and your soulmate's behalf. All right, let's keep going. I don't know where this is coming from, but I feel like there may be a few of you are like, I'm tired of sleeping alone at night. I'm tired of sleeping alone at night. Like, I want a warm body to hold me, to hold each other. Okay, I've got quite a few here, but they're all face up, so we're going to take them. We're going to take them in the order that they came. So we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords. Well, this is a self-created prison. This is really where I'm trying to block. I'm trying to protect myself. Uh, you know, it doesn't really serve you to put up, it's really like putting up walls. So, maybe I haven't had it easy in love, and I am worried, how do I know that the next person will be the one? Well, with Temperance controlling this energy and being your very first card, I do feel like you have nothing to worry about. I feel like you have to trust. And if you're having a hard time trusting, then take it slow. There's no need to take it fast, even though I feel like who's ever in this Knight of Wands may want to take it fast. And by the way, if you feel swept off your feet, which I have a feeling you're going to, give it a chance. Again, because I'm not looking for just any old love. But it is coming over temperance or under temperance. So again, temperance is like, give that worry to me. All right, let's see what else we have. Hmm, the chariot. Interesting because it's coming over the Knight of Wands. Again, this is movement, but I feel like the chariot moves, or let me put it a different way. I feel like when the chariot comes in, I often feel it's like a reward. And I feel like the reward is because you've found balance in your life. Again, it doesn't mean everything is perfect. I don't know that things are always going to be perfect, right? But the type of love I'm looking for, I don't feel like someone would run if it's not perfect. I feel like we would work it out. So this is really the balance of the masculine and the feminine. If any of you are in a twin flame relationship, it's the balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It's the balance of the light and the dark. And the dark can just be my thought system, right? Especially with the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, could be more in my thought system, um, you know, than anything else. But it is movement. And the chariot does represent unlimited potential. I like that. Also card of Cancer, by the way. All right. Well, hello, Ace of Wands. So I told you it was coming in, ready or not. This is inspired action. And to me, what that means is, I love the Ace of Wands because I feel like it gives me this, it helps to direct me. It helps me feel comfortable in the next steps I'm about to take. Something new. There's new growth all over this wand. But you do have to reach out and grab it. It's coming under the Nine of Swords. Some of you may not reach out. but I'm hoping this reading is going to help you. Ace of Wands right next to the Chariot. We have the Eight of Cups. All right, so that tells me these swords are stored within your emotional house. And that makes sense, right? Because again, I love reading. Eight of Cups to me is, first of all, it's an eight, so it does speak about a new beginning. It's also the number of infinity, as above, so below. No beginning, no end. Um, but I don't mean that in like, somebody treated me like shit. There's no end to that. Yes, there's an end to that because this person's walking away from the eight of cups. And where they're walking to is the nine of cups. And that's inner harmony. And boy, do I feel like that is exactly what this full moon is asking for you. Like finding this inner harmony. I feel like it definitely feels like, someone probably did not treat you well. Whether it just be one person or you found yourself, let's put it this way. If you found yourself like, I keep attracting these low vibrational people into my life who love me for a moment and then break my heart. That's why you got to look at your own vibration. You know what I mean? Like once I've learned that, once I understand that it's really my vibrations that's just allowing this energy to come in. Again, the law of attraction, right? Wherever my vibration is what's going to vibrate back to me. And I feel like that is why Temperance is your first card. Some of you could have literally felt like you couldn't speak within a relationship, like your voice was muted, didn't matter. You could have been with someone where it was their way or the highway. Well, I would advise you to take the highway. I definitely would, though. Two eights mirroring each other, that's interesting. One is the Eight of Swords, self created prison, and the other is the Eight of Cups, where I really feel like you're freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself from the past. Sometimes we fall for people who just don't know how to love. And then we take that on like, oh my God, I am not worthy of love. That's just not the truth. They just didn't know how to love. That is probably one of their life lessons. But I don't feel like you were meant to be their teacher in that. This is, again, because this is something that everyone's got to figure out for themselves. So I kind of love seeing the Eight of Cups right there, mirroring that Eight of Swords, because I truly feel like many of you, and it can just be in your thought system where you're freeing yourself. And I also feel like if I've been waiting on another and waiting and waiting, and I don't even know why I'm picking this up right now, but I do feel like, maybe I've been waiting on another, um, to no avail, like nothing, or they come in, they come out, they come in, they come out. Well, that's not what you want. I already know that because I don't feel like the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords would be here. And I also feel like sometimes you have to reclaim your power. Like if someone was treating you in a bad way, again, where it feels like for some reason, like your voice was muted, maybe part of the lesson you were learning is how to regain your power, or let's just say understanding that you deserve love of the highest form. All right, let's keep going. Beautiful. So this is a different perspective of life versus the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, self-created prison, protecting my heart, right? But I'm building walls as I do that. And these walls won't serve you. Now you have every right to block whatever you want to block. It's your life. But if I really want a great love, then these walls, they're not going to help the situation. But again, I feel like the Eight of Cups over here is where you're setting yourself free. It's like some of you are going to be like, you're right, Sandy. I get it. I get it. And then we move into the Three of Wands. That's optimism. This is someone who's living in the present moment, enjoying the present moment. Doesn't mean everything is right in the present moment, but what is right, I am going to enjoy it. This is someone who says to divine, I know my ships will come in. I know you'll bring my ships in or my love in divine timing. Optimism. The Magician. Powerful. First of all, look at the eights over the Magician's head. Again, infinity. The Magician is the fool's first mentor along the fool's journey. And the Magician really teaches the fool, because this it will be new, so you will be taking on the fool's position. And the fool does not carry the past with them. The lessons, well, actually, what I've learned from the past, yes, I carry that, but I don't carry the people attached to it. The Magician teaches the fool that you have everything that you need within to truly be successful. Also, the energy of manifesting. Another reason why we want to look at those swords, right? Because we don't want to manifest from the Nine and Eight of Swords. We want to manifest from the Three of Wands. And so it shall be. We have Page of Pentacles. Could certainly be you. Could be another Capricorn. Doesn't even have to be a person, but could be. Could be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. To me, the Page of Pentacles is on a learning, what do I want to say? Like going through a learning experience. This is someone who is really trying to make their life better. I also feel pages can certainly mean what's in the atmosphere. It doesn't have to be a person at all. It just may be what has been in the atmosphere or what's in the atmosphere. I find it interesting. It's mirroring that Nine of Swords. So I feel like that was a lesson. What's the lesson? Not to allow myself to go to that place. And if I'm in that place, then I probably gave my power away to someone who probably didn't deserve it. And then we have the Hangman. So the Hangman. So Hangman is seeking wisdom on his or her next steps. I kind of love, I don't know why I always say kinda. I do love that it's mirroring here temperance, divine timing. So I feel like whatever I'm seeking, I'm going to find. It can talk about patience, yes. But again, I feel like things are going to start moving. And I feel like they're going to start moving quickly. And then that Ace of Wands, are you going to reach out and grab it? See what's on the bottom of the deck. Well, hello, Knight of Cups. Unexpected cup of love. I mean, hello. When you coming in? I know it's coming in divine timing. I know it's talking about love. And I know it's going to reach you. Again, I know each knight is going to complete their mission. But you have free will. You can say yes or you can say no. But I just get this feeling that, especially with the Knight of Wands here, I feel like you're going to be swept off your feet. Unexpected cup of fulfillment. Beautiful in a love reading. Beautiful in any reading, but especially in a love reading. Seven of Swords or Seven of Cups underneath that. So listen, Temperance again is really getting both soulmates ready. It's not just about ourselves, it's also about the other person. And it may have taken some time, right? Because again, Temperance isn't going to bring you in any old love. And I love that she's the first card. And I love that we now have the Knight of Cups. Unexpected love. It's a coming. It's a coming. All right, let's go ahead and bring the Gilded Tarot in and let's just go deeper. Let's go deeper. I get a feeling that there's going to be a few of you who watch the reading and you're going to realize that you did create this, or you did put up these walls. Again, completely understandable. Divine doesn't judge. You know, you're not being judged. It really, you can do whatever you want to do. That's free will. But I feel like those are in the reading here. I feel like you are looking for love. I don't know why you'd be here otherwise. Um, I'm glad you're here, whatever your reason. But all right, let's go ahead and introduce them into the reading. And then we're going to start at the beginning. But of course, we're going to continue to read it as a whole. You know, I look at everything in a reading. I look at the numbers, 2 1s, by the way, and 11. So some of you, I don't know, you might be meeting a twin flame. Um, some of you, it's like a wish coming true. You may have started to think like, well, my wishes aren't going to come true. You know, I want you to think back for a second and think back to like different relationships you've been in and when they came to an end. Many times, you know, I can think back and think of relationships that ended and you feel like, oh my God, that's it. Never gonna have love again. That type of thing. But then someone new comes in and that person that you thought, you know, how do I want to say this? Like, well, I feel like just by looking back, right, by having that reflection and understanding that even if I'm going through something right now where maybe my heart is hurt, um, please, I feel like Temperance is saying, please don't think that's the end for you, you know, because truly, some people just don't know how to love. Some people want it all their way. And I feel that for some of you, like you were with someone where it was like literally their way or the highway. Well, I feel like in the Eight of Cups, you decided to take the highway. And I feel like while you're on the highway, you're going to be meeting someone else. All right. Wow. Hello, lovers. Hello, lovers. First of all, it is a card of Gemini, and that may relate to some of you. Again, I have a feeling you're not going to know. So I don't like to give signs because I don't want you to be like, okay, well, it has to be a Gemini. No, it does not. um, but the lovers can be a head over heart. The meaning of the card is the head over heart decision. And I do feel like that's part of it. But I also feel like because it's coming over temperance, And Temperance talks about divine timing because she is making sure that this love that enters your life through the Knight of Cups is the perfect love. I'm saying perfect, but I just want you to remember everyone is imperfect. We were born that way. This is our classroom. To me, this is chemistry. You know what I love about this card is you can clearly see the divine feminine is like here in the present moment. And here's the masculine, and he's like in spirit form, which to me means he just hasn't reached me yet. She can feel it. She can feel it. I mean, she can feel it. To me, the lovers is chemistry. I feel like, yes, I may be afraid to fall in love again, but I have a feeling it's going to be almost impossible to refuse this. You can, but I feel like it would be almost impossible. There's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of, and again, it's like the masculine hasn't reached the feminine yet. And if you're a male, it could be the other way around. It just means that one hasn't come in yet, but boy, do I feel their energy. That's probably what the Knight of Wands is talking about. Like, you're going to feel me. This is a divine love. I can tell. It's a divine love. We will take it. Oh, all right. Two ones. Wow. That's kind of like my yes card. There's certain cards that years ago I used to do yes or no readings. Just really quick readings, and there were certain cards that were my yes cards, and there were certain cards in were my no cards. This was my yes card. And it's interesting because it's a two of wands coming over the Knight of Wands. It kind of describes the what the journey will be like, right? Passion filled, desirable. There's no fear in the two of wands. Look at this. No wonder I was talking about the Fool earlier. I even thought to myself, why are you talking about the Fool? The Fool's not even out yet. Now I know why. Coming over the Nine of Swords, oh, I love that. Because this truly is, the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. Faith. A leap of faith. So I feel like, listen, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like maybe someone I just felt attached to, but they weren't serving me. Again, it was like my way or the highway, and I know not everyone it was like that, but again, something that put you in really a worried state. Um, I feel like you probably have reflected on that again because I feel like you did set yourself free. And more energetically and through your thought system, remember your thoughts can lie to you. And we got to know that, right? Like we can lie to ourselves, but we got to know the difference. Brand new, brand new energy. Here's the magician, the mentor, to the fool, both on the table. I kind of love that. This is you taking a chance. Someone may say, just take a chance on me. Take a chance on me, take a chance on you. Eight of Cups again. How interesting. Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups. Now, I do feel like we were talking about soulmates. And by the way, I feel like many times when you do connect with the soulmate, you'll find that your lives somewhat mirror each other. So this person can certainly be going through something very similar, but Temperance is over here like, I'm making sure the soulmates are equal. Look at that. The Eight of Swords over the Eight of Swords. Wow. Temperance has her work cut out for her, but she will complete, she'll do it. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You have a lot of eights on the board. You know, eights to me are about new beginnings. And I also feel like playfulness. I've been feeling that a lot in these readings, like playfulness, like a playful, but also passionate type of love. Some of you, I know, like, especially if you're able to, like, bring down those walls, because those walls can also block your intuition. And I feel like Temperance wants you to feel it before it actually comes in. So, the Eight of Pentacles to me in a love reading, it's answering a question. How do I know that this one will be successful? Eight of Pentacles says if you're willing to put your focus on it, oh, you'll grow it. It'll just grow and grow and grow. And it's coming right over the Chariot. Judgment, your spiritual team. Coming over the Ace of Wands. Judgment is calling you to the present moment. Capricorn, I feel like this is happening sooner than I even thought. Calling you to the present moment. Now, first of all, one of the reasons is because the clearing of the past, it's important. You know, I don't need to clear everything. I don't need to be like, okay, I'm completely healed. No, chances are you won't be complete. I don't know if we're ever completely healed. But your spiritual team is so involved in your love life here, calling you to the present moment. Why? There's about to be a rebirth. Come on, Sandy. It's coming over the Ace of Wands. A new beginning. Inspired. Another thing it means is you are definitely going to be sent signs like which direction to go. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, out of the blue, you know, I feel like it can happen in a million different ways, but I'm just going to give you one example. I feel like out of the blue, you do something different one day and that you know, like I always use the example of like I drive to work every day and I stop at Dunkin' Donuts and get my coffee every day. You know, it's my normal routine. Um, but then one day I have a Starbucks across the highway, and one day something tells me go to Starbucks. So I do. And then next thing I know, there's someone in line and we strike up a conversation. And so it begins. Now, that's just one of the million different ways it can happen. But this is telling me it's going to happen. You know, I also feel like judgment is saying don't be hard on yourself. Understand that some of the difficulties that you've been through, even some of the, you know, I feel like some of you um, were loved, but in a cruel kind of way. You know what I mean? Like not respected. And your spiritual team would be like, no way. You know, maybe it was a life lesson, maybe it was a soul's lesson, let's say. But I need to learn that and then move on. A rebirth, the Three of Wands, a new beginning, the Fool, a new beginning, take a leap of faith. All these eights, infinity. Hmm. I'm just kind of loving your reading right now. Oh, look at this. This is the marriage card. You know, I felt bad because I took like, I don't know, 4 days off, but I really needed it. And I kept thinking about you. I'm like, and you in Aquarius, because I haven't done Aquarius as yet either. And I'm like, oh, I need to do Capricorn's reading. But I have a feeling that I was meant to do it today. This, I feel like, is divine timing. So this is what they call the marriage card. I call it the commitment card. This can certainly be, listen, to me, this is the highest form of love because this is about making a true commitment to each other, not just for today, not just for tomorrow, but for the rest of our lives. And again, the mirroring aspect here is so great that I know it's a soulmate. Blended families. I said this in someone else's reading where when I got divorced, I remember my ex saying to me, because my children were young then, good luck finding love. No man wants a woman with children. Well, he was wrong, 100% wrong. So don't worry about like if you have kids, if they have kids, because I feel like again, you'll blend perfectly. Truly, this is about a commitment to each other for the rest of your lives. But everybody here wants to be here. I'd rather see this as in a love reading, really, than any other card. Because I know it means a true commitment. Some of you, it can mean that it's going to lead to marriage, if that's what you choose. They're like under the arbor of love. Now it's coming over that Eight of Cups. So the clearing of that emotional house, now we know why it's important. And it's following judgment. It's telling you there's about to be a rebirth. Well, what a rebirth. What a rebirth. Then we have the Page of Wands. Listen, again, mirroring each other because the Page of Wands to me is like the Fool. This is someone who takes chances. Doesn't really, it's like I think about it later. If it calls to my soul, then I move into it. And we have the Fool here. Two Eight of Cups. So it feels like both soulmates needed to clear, find that emotional clarity. Two Eight of Swords. So I know both have created those walls, but Temperance is here helping to bring those walls down. Trust in divine timing. She brings out the lovers. I mean, come on. So I feel like this is matching the Fool's energy coming over the Three of Wands. And again, a page can talk about what's in the atmosphere. Well, that would be passion. Matches right back to that night down here. Oh, hello, soulmates. So, first of all, it's the first thing, not well, maybe not the first thing I said in your reading, but again, I wasn't looking for any old love. I'm looking for high vibrational love. I feel like this is saying the soulmates are ready. Look how they're looking eye to eye. Eye to eye. Why is that important? Because you can see the soul through someone's eyes, the recognition through their eyes. Rider the Magician. This is a two of cups. We have the two of wands that's mirroring it. Magician, the ability to manifest. I feel like part of this reading is talking about clearing of the past so that the new energy can begin. The marriage card, the true commitment card. I'm kind of blowing myself away right now. When I write a title and I say it just might blow your mind, I really mean it. I know some people, not to put other tarot readers down, because to me, do whatever you want to do. It's your table, it's you know, but I do know a lot will say that. But do they mean that? I just want you to know when I say that, I really mean it. And why? Because it blows my mind. All right. Page of Pentacles over the Page of Pentacles. The Four of Cups over the Hangman. That makes sense because the Four of Cups talks about discontentment or boredom in your life. But again, because we're doing love, doesn't have to mean all areas, but emotionally, like I'm discontent with my emotional life right now. Look at what's happening here. This person is being handed a cup. It's like the Ace of Cups. And this person is normally in the Four of Cups, the person's looking down. They're looking at the cups that have spilled over, but this person looking right at this cup. This is a message about using your spiritual discernment, not your fear-based mind. Your spiritual team is here everywhere. Discontent. I have a feeling that's about to change. Bored? Well, not with the Knight of Wands, you won't be bored. And then the Five of Swords. So I feel like the Five of Swords talks about why the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords was created in the first place. Toxic energy. It definitely speaks about someone or just the energy itself. It could be both of us, like a prior lover where the energy just became toxic. Do I want to stay in that? Fives are about a change. Do I want to make the change? I think you do. And why do I think that? Because it's coming with the Four of Cups. You're discontent in this energy anyway. Maybe I just needed to realize that someone of my past really wasn't that great for me anyway. Look at the difference of what was to the potential of what will be. I say potential because there are certain elements that you have to realize. Again, Temperance, I feel like, is saying, like, both of these lovers need to be able to break free of those self created prisons. They need to be able to bring down their walls and just trust. And if I can't just trust in myself, then trust in divine. Judgment, rebirth. Two pages of Pentacles. Both of you, it feels like both of you are learning, really, let's just say the same thing. Maybe it's a lesson. Maybe both of you were dealing with karmic energy beforehand. And listen, if that's the case, um, I feel like a lot of times, like some of the karmic energy that we deal with, the lesson in it is how to walk away. It's toxic anyway. Why do I want to stay in that? That's what the hangman's trying to figure out. But again, the hangman is mirrored over here by the Three of Wands. the optimistic view, knowing that my ships will come in their right time. You are definitely mirroring someone, and someone is mirroring you. Wow. Not only the lovers, but also the soulmates. Not only the soulmates, but also the marriage card. This is a new path. And I just feel like, again, like, I keep saying, like, like the feeling of being swept off your feet, but I feel like the passion is going to be undeniable. And I feel like you're going to feel it. And I know some of you are going to say, no, that's not going to happen, Sandy. And if that's how you feel, then you're right. It probably won't. Because that means that you're not ready. Because remember, our vibration, we both needed to break free of those limited thoughts. You know, like, I hate to talk about myself, but um, I have not had it easy in love. I've had good love. I don't know if I've ever had great love until the person I'm with now. And we made a true commitment to each other. We're not married. And that's why I call this a commitment card, because not everyone wants to get married. But doesn't mean I want to live alone. But I don't want any old person, right? I don't want anyone who's going to come in and break my heart again. I don't want a narcissist again. I don't want someone who's going to come in and tell me what I have to do, right? This is very equal energy. So what I mean by that is I feel like your morals will be very similar. Your belief system, even if you're different religions, will still be very similar. Your experiences. I have a feeling when conversation begins, that may be one of the first things you figure out. Like, they say, oh, yeah, I was with this person and man, they treated me like shit. And you're going to be like, me too. I went through the same thing. And I feel like you could probably go back in your lives and you'll find a lot of similarities. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. And sometimes it's opposite energy. Like I'm over here, like, you know, maybe one of my children have given birth, right? Birth. And then this soulmate over here, maybe they lost someone. So when I say similar, they can be completely different, but still like major pinnacles in your life. Wow. All right. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know if I should even take anything else. You know, the one thing about tarot, and the reason why my readings are longer, is because you have to know what is the energy that I need to overcome so that I can better guarantee that I have a good life, that my life becomes better, that the person who enters my life, well, that they deserve me, and vice versa. You both have been on a learning experience through love. And, I often feel like, as a soul, I feel like some of the seeds that we plant are planted before we even come into this lifetime. It's like two soulmates say, let's plant the seeds that will meet at a certain time in our life. Let's see if we can find each other. Let's see if we can overcome these lessons so that we can ultimately become joined together. And I do feel like that is the case in your reading. I don't even know what to clarify because everything is so clear. So what I'm going to do is just going to go right across the table. Four of Swords, healing. That's what the strawberry moon is for you. Healing. You know, it's the healing of the heart, also the healing of the mind. And you needed that with the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. And I feel like this is for both lovers or soulmates. Healing. Beautiful. Maybe you're going to help heal each other. Chariot. It's like healing and it's go time. Unlimited potential. You know, the Eight of Pentacles is, oh, it's right here. I was just gonna say, again, that Eight of Pentacles, if I question like, can this really be successful? Or can it really be? The Eight of Pentacles says, if you put your focus, then it's unlimited. Well, that makes sense with the marriage card here, right? Because this is making a commitment for the rest of our lives. Also, double Cancer on the board. All right, one more, and then we'll bring Mother Mary into it. It's just so perfect. I mean, minus those swords, but again, those could have been soul lessons. And if I learn those lessons, my God, does your vibration lift? It's like, 50 pounds have been put upon you, and then you learn that lesson, and now you feel light as a feather. You do want to know yourself and love, though. That's important. And I feel for both the soulmates, not just you. Look who made it to the table. And by the way, the place that it's going to be lying is right over Judgment. Spiritual team calling you to the present moment. This is the present moment. Your spiritual team saying there's about to be a rebirth. Ready or not, here it comes. Ten of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So what are we healing? Those swords. This tells me that you probably had a lot of swords put in your back. It can also talk about repeat patterns. And that's why I talk about where one's vibration is at. And I always worry that I confuse you when I say that because I don't want you to think, again, that you have to be like in this perfect energy. You don't, right? You just don't. But letting go of the past, the pain of the past, extracting the wisdom is really what is needed. And I do feel like some of you have been in a repeat pattern, but I feel like now you know that. Again, why do I keep bringing lower vibrational people? And I feel like that's what I was asking the Nine of Swords. Why do I keep bringing in this type of people? Because I'm stuck there. It's almost like someone stuck you in their web. But I feel like you broke free. And then the Eight of Wands, what I think about, I bring about. Under the Knight of Cups, you want new love. And this is fast moving. I often feel the Eight of Wands is, I feel like four of those wands are my intentions going out into the universe, and the other four are what's coming back to me. Love, love, love. Wow, look at this. I didn't even have to see it to know it. But this is really unconditional love. The Ace of Cups. Capricorn, I feel like your reading is just amazing. Unconditional love. Interesting that it's by that night, right? That Knight of Cups, unexpected cup of love. Here is that cup. The Knight of Cups makes it to the table, and he's looking right over at the marriage card. King of Swords underneath that. He's been showing up in a lot of people's readings. Okay, let's take Mother Mary over this. I don't know how it could get any better, honestly. But, I also know this is real life. Um, but real life can be magical and it can be hard also. And that's kind of what the chariot talks about. Understanding that sometimes life is going to be difficult. But I feel like if, like, as this starts to develop, let's just say because we are human, any issues arise, we'll deal with them together. You know how I felt earlier, like someone was just like, I just want someone to hold me. I just want to be held at night. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. Some of you just got stuck in a repeat pattern. And once you know that, I feel like then you are free. Inner child. All of this is matching up to your full moon. Inner child. I nurture the child within me through playfulness and self care. I feel like somewhere I said that this felt playful. Devotion. That's what the Four of Wands is. It's devotion. It's devoting each other. Is that a word? It's devoting? That doesn't feel right. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God, I am clear about what to do next. It's kind of like answering that hangman's questions. This hangman is looking for wisdom. I feel like this is the answer. I feel like I want to take one more or see if one more wants to come out. I just don't feel like the messages are over yet. Look at this. Open your heart. That's going to be a necessity. Again, I'm not even going to say that these lovers that are coming together that they're completely healed, that they're just happy go lucky. No, I feel like, of course some of the remnants of the past are going to be there. But I feel like Mother Mary Divine is saying, but don't allow that, don't allow these Eight of Swords. Like, of course, sometimes I do want to take a moment and maybe I do want to protect myself, right? But these are walls. How you protect yourself is through your energy, your intuition. Your intuition will lead you in the right direction. Your spiritual team is here to help that. They're going to give you the signs. It's like literally, they're going to give you the steps. Open your heart. I allow myself to feel the full range of emotions, especially all forms of love. Now, notice how it says all forms of love. I feel like there are different levels to love. And I feel like I may have been stuck down here, but now I'm coming up here. Why? Because two people put down those walls. Two people are ready to take a chance. Take a leap of faith. Faith being the word. Inner child. To me, that's about the full moon. Devotion. I feel like that's what this love is going to be. Like, I feel like real devotion and opening my heart. Have to open my heart if I want love to come in. Eight of Swords, that's where I closed my heart. But that was due to past energy. I feel like that Ten of Swords. I feel like that Five of Swords, right? It does feel like it may have been a repeat appearance or a repeat, almost like a habit. But maybe the more I was unloved, the lower my vibration kept falling. But now that I know that, now that I understand that, hey, I deserve the highest of love. If someone couldn't love me right back there, that doesn't mean that you can't have really divine love right now. Capricorn, what a reading. I feel like this is divine timing. That Knight of Cups, that Ace of Cups. I mean, I could just keep going and going, right? The lovers, the soulmates, um, Three of Wands, the way you're mirroring each other, the ultimate commitment. And listen, even if we take it day by day by day, instead of jumping right into it, though I feel like the passion is going to be it's going to be hard to keep your hands off each other. You know, for those who want it held at night, I feel like it will be hard to keep your hands off each other. And I mean that in a really beautiful way. All right, Capricorn, I think I'm going to leave it there. I just don't know how it gets any better. And I feel like this is real life. It's showing the hardships that you have been through, the people who just didn't know how to love you right. But this is about someone who will know how to love you right. The mirroring of these soulmates. Yeah, but I expected that. I expected that. And I feel like it just played out perfectly. I feel like there's going to be devotion on both sides. Just keep your heart open and watch what can happen. I love you, Capricorn, and thank you. I my prayer for you is that this manifests in your life and that you understand that you deserve love of the highest form. Some of these, again, could have been karmic lessons of the past. And let me tell you something. When you learn from that lesson, you learn it for eternity. And one more thing, like if you've been with like a narcissistic type of energy, you'll see it, you'll feel it, you'll know it. That's another reason why in the Eight of Swords, you want to put those walls down and you want to trust your intuition. Your guides are leading you. Temperance is telling you in divine timing, you don't have to worry. And it's almost like you're going to be at the right place at the right time, even if it's at home. It's going to happen in a divine way. And I feel like your reading is divine. I love you guys. I'm going to let that be. I thank you for your patience. I know some of you are probably been like, where's Sandy? Why she hasn't done our reading yet? So thank you for your patience. I'll see you next time at our table, guys. Love you. Bye bye.